Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about Doctor Aphra. And you're probably asking yourself, who the hell is Doctor Aphra?
Well, a lot of people actually kind of know who it is, but they never actually read anything with her in it.
Right.
Didn't give a shit until now, but yes.
For those of you who don't know, Doctor Aphra is an, Disney Expanded Universe character who's appeared in the Marvel Comics predominantly and is now in books and stuff like that. And they keep saying she's incredibly popular. Incredibly popular, but
Because they said so.
Because they said so.
As popular as Captain Marvel comics, they had to stop and start again how many times? You mean like that kind of popular?
She's almost as popular as Ms. Marvel too.
Oh, wow.
And Squirrel Girl and all those other Marvel characters. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Doctor Aphra because there's a rumor that she's getting, I guess it's been confirmed, she's getting a TV show or something, and the rumored casting is Chloe Bennet, who's currently in the god-awful Powerpuff Girls.
Right, but I can see Chloe Bennet. I really can. I can see her being Aphra. I can see that.
And, we're going to talk about Dr. Aphra because this is another case of a character that I think was predominantly created by Marvel and Lucasfilm. The
Lucasfilm story group.
Oh, for sure. They were absolutely going to push her to the top of the pile come hell or high water. She was considered popular mostly, I think, because she was in the Darth Vader comics, which were legitimately popular. But we'll look at some numbers. Her own comics don't sell that well. They really don't.
But they're going to make her popular so they can put her in movies, and you're going to love her because they said so, or you'll be labeled an istophobe.
Yeah, we saw this technique with Ms. Marvel, with Captain Marvel, with a lot of other characters. I'd say Riri Williams.
At this point, it doesn't matter if they call you that because that's what you are anyway. You've already been called it so many times, no one even really cares anymore.
I don't know. I guess it was World Class Bullshitters had a video they talked about Bolshevik marketing. Where they basically push what they want to push and they take away the options. And I would say that a lot of these characters, being created by Marvel and Lucasfilm in recent years are examples of Bolshevik marketing. Like, we're going to put this character in everything and we're going to push her in your face and you're going to love her and we're going to go out there and write all kinds of articles about how incredibly popular she is, even if you've never heard of her.
Take all the other options away so you only have her. And if you don't love her, it's because you are clearly a istophobe.
Right. So this is the end goal, obviously, as a TV show or a movie or something like that. She was designed specifically for it. And I think this is going to be the case with the High Republic and the one character that looks an awful lot like Brie Larson. Yeah. Yeah. So before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We're over 185,000 subs.
Woohoo!
Thank you for the support. We do talk about Star Wars. We talk about Disney. Talk about comics. And this is sort of an intersection of all of that on the Venn diagram, the Dr. Aphra situation. So the rumor is that Chloe Bennet might possibly play Dr. Aphra. Got to give a hat tip to...
That's the rumor. Yeah, my friend Gina sent this over.
Yeah, so...
Hey, Gina.
Hey, Gina. We know Gina listens. Hello. Yeah, so they're, talking about the Aphra character. Of course, she's got a Wookiee that's better than Chewie. And
Han's this, joke.
Han's a joke. They've been talking about Dr. Aphra for a while. Throwing shade at Han Solo, Luke Skywalker. That is the character. But, if they do a live-action show with Dr. Aphra, it's going to be all, these characters are bad. They're stupid men. Stupid men.
Smelly, stupid men.
Smelly, stupid men. So, yeah, they said that Chloe Bennet could end up signing on to another major Disney property. She was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., of course. She is currently in Powerpuff Girls. Why?
Yeah, I think this, as much as I don't like Dr. Aphra, this would probably be a step up from Powerpuff Girls. So,
yeah,
or it could be a step down. You don't know.
I don't know. It could be a case of they take the character and make her less annoying in the show because they have to appeal to a mass audience.
People said that she wasn't that terrible in the comics, but then they started pushing it too far. But I don't know. I can't say because I didn't read it.
Yeah, she kind of came into prominence during the Darth Vader comics about 5 or 6 years ago. We'll talk a little bit about that. But they said that, they've been rumored. It's been rumored that she was going to play this character for a while. The same person that told We Got This Covered that Ahsoka Tano, which sounded like a huge stretch, it was going to be Rosario Dawson, is saying that Chloe Bennet is being eyed to play Dr. Aphra.
I can see it. I really can. I think she looks very similar to the character. I could see it.
Yeah, so they've been talking about, now it hasn't been, I don't think it's been formally announced, but there have been a lot of people saying that they were going to do a Doctor Aphra show. Of course, she is a whole cloth creation of the Lucasfilm story group.
And the people, and the Marvel people,
Right. So of course they're going to be like, yeah, we're going to make this character happen. We're going to make her happen. She debuted in 2015 in the Vader comic. She soon became so popular, she got her own title. And in broad strokes, Aphra is basically a rogue archaeologist who hunts down Jedi relics that fakes her own death after Vader tries to have her killed. Now she's in the Powerpuff Girls, and who the hell knows?
The good thing is she's so much better than the Jedi, so that he doesn't know that she's still alive.
Yeah, right. So, look, she's been kind of a polarizing character because she is another example of, like, Marvel and Lucasfilm making a character happen artificially. Like, and I'm all for marketing characters. I'm all for, whatever. But there are certain characters, and you see it at Marvel Comics especially. Like, you're going to like Riri Williams even if we have to kill Tony Stark to make it happen.
Right, you're going to like Captain Marvel. We have to reboot the damn book how many times because it's not selling.
Right, and I would kind of put Aphra into that category where, I'm sure she's got fans, but you ask people specifically, why is she so popular? I don't know, she's overrated. She was interesting in the Vader comics, which is why she got a series. It started off okay, but then got bad. I don't know why people like her so much. I was looking for someone to tell me why it's good, and here I got a bunch of fellow grumps. Never read them. No idea, and heck, where to get comics where I live. So a lot of people are like, no, just she's
I don't
not.
think she's as popular as she seems.
Yeah, this is coming from Star Wars fandom. I don't think she's as popular as she seems. People at Lucasfilm and Marvel love her, but most fans I talk to are not particularly enthused by her like you. That's certainly the way I feel. I wish she died at the end of the Vader comic. I was not a fan of her series, and I'm not really looking forward to her next series. She's getting another one. Yep, sounds like something Marvel would do. Some people love her, but it's...
They even said she's probably still overrated. Yeah, it does seem like she's like an Indiana Jones. It's like, what's popular with Lucasfilm? Indiana Jones and Star Wars. Let's make a character that's like a Star Wars Indiana Jones. Woohoo,
Pretty much.
I might actually like her if I read it. I don't know. I might. Here's the thing, though. But I think it sounds to me like it started out people didn't mind her. And it seemed like she was one way. And then they probably tried to push, further into agenda territory. And I think that's when people got turned off. That's
usually when, some people get very turned on by it, but that's usually
most people get turned off.
When a lot of people get turned off, they're like, oh God, here it comes. Like and that's even what happened with Ms. Marvel. Like Ms. Marvel, the first story arc, I read the first story arc. It was actually pretty good. And then it just started to get more and more political and in your face and nonsensical. And it was like, I'm out.
Because when I hear people talk about it, they seem like that's the reason why they don't like her, But I guess, again, I said, I didn't read her, so I don't know.
Well, I'm trying to figure out, like, her numbers. Are they really that good? And from what I've seen, no. They're actually not that good. Star Wars comics have been on the decline for quite a few years now. They came back swinging in 2015. Everybody was excited about new Disney Star Wars until they actually saw it.
Yeah, until they ruined it, yeah.
And then the excitement dropped off a cliff. But, 5 or 6 years ago, Marvel was selling 1 million copies. Well, they were moving 1 million copies a month of Star Wars via Loot Crate, but they were still selling hundreds of thousands of copies of Star Wars. It was kind of a big deal. And then as the movies came out and people were like, oh, this is kind of not what I wanted, you could see the sales kind of drop off. But Dr. Aphra seems to settle in. All the information I can see, she started out with about 40,000 at number one, and then she kind of settled into like 22,000 copies. She started out number one at 99,000. So she's under 100,000. But that was 2016 when people still kind of like Star Wars.
They ruined the
Before
audience
with
The Last Jedi, yes.
Yeah, so she started out at 99,000, but it seems like most of her books were selling around 20, 22. That's not great. But again, the Star Wars comics are not selling anywhere near what they used to sell. But she's firmly in the middle. She's not like the lowest selling book, but she's
not the worst, but she's far from the best.
No.
But they're going to make her the best, whether you want her to or not.
Yes.
They believe truly it's not because she's not a good character or people don't like her. It's clearly because not a lot of people have seen her. And then I'm sure if it is a movie, we're still going to see the theaters get packed with, all the seats are bought, the theaters are empty and everything else because you have to love her. And if you don't, it's because you are against women.
And this is the problem. What's going to happen is because they're going to force a character to happen, and we saw it before, people are actually going to reject the character instead of just letting it happen organically. Now, let's wind the clock back to the 1980s when we had a lot of breakout X-Men characters. You know, we had Storm, we had Dazzler, we had Jean Grey, we had Rogue, you know, a lot of strong female characters who broke out from ensemble books on their own. They got their own spin-offs. They became very popular. Psylocke
They sold a hell of a lot more copies.
Psylocke was incredibly popular. That's not how Marvel works anymore. Marvel's basically like, we're going to take this character who usually has some sort of it factor, whether it's their
it
race.
Factor according to them.
Right. Their race, their identity,
They left the out of the front of it. But anyway, continue.
They did. So that's what they do. They're like, let's take this character because, hey, she's a woman and she's LGBTQ. So we got to make sure she's just as popular as Luke Skywalker and Han Solo, even if we have her throw some shade at Han Solo and
to prove
Luke Skywalker.
that she's better, because she is.
Yeah. And it usually backfires because people don't like to be told what they have to like.
Show, don't tell. If you had a great character, you show the character is great. And it sounds like it might have started out that way, but then they quickly started using politics and agendas, and it seems like that they went down the hole with it.
Yeah. Nobody likes it when you go down the hole.
No. Stop shoving stuff up people's holes. They hate it. Just let them, if they want to start it in their own holes, that's one thing. But you cannot shove stuff up their holes. It just doesn't work.
So they walk away, you know, they do. And it happens time and time again. And we've seen it with Marvel. Like Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers was actually a pretty solid character back in the 70s and early 80s, and they made her completely insufferable. Ms. Marvel started out strong, and they kept pushing her. Squirrel Girl, all these other characters, and it sounds to me like this is what they're going to do with Doctor Aphra. Again, the end game being
people just want good stories. They want to be
TV show.
Don't want to be preached at.
No.
And that's what they turn these characters into. It's just one giant, you know, edutainment preach fest.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and you know we did a video earlier on. Now, granted, this is the novels,
yes,
not the comics, but Doctor Aphra saying that Han Solo is basically useless.
Now, to be fair, it could be that was basically written by her, and that's how her character is.
Yeah,
you know, I think that's what they're going for. But they made her that way just to get by saying that. You know what I mean? So it probably should have left that part out, especially given the way the fandom is lately. They probably should just not have put that in there.
You know, I'm looking at Chloe Bennet. And I'm looking at Dr. Aphra. And I gotta wonder.
Did they base her on Chloe Bennet?
Yes.
Yeah, because she looks like Chloe Bennet.
Like, this was all by design. Like, we're going to get Chloe Bennet from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. into something. When she's done with that, let's come up with a character that she could play. Just like that one Jedi in the High Republic looks an awful lot like Brie Larson. You know, let's come up with a character that she can play because we like Brie Larson. I'm just saying. Just putting it out there. So there you go, guys. Possibly getting a Dr. Aphra show. Possibly.
No one probably cares.
And definitely not a lot of people are going to care.
No.
Especially by the time this show comes out. I think there's going to be so much bad will towards Star Wars that a lot of people are going to be like, yeah, screw it.
Whatever. Don't care.
Yeah, whatever. Don't care. Going to wrap it up?
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.